Community Podcast. And as I said before, we're joined by special guests, young gentlemen who are on work experience from West Derby. And, we thought we'd give a special shout out to where one of them is from. So go ahead, my man.
Bom dia, Brazil! It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Luis Gustavo, from Brazil, as you can tell. Just wanted to do that,
Well, actually what I wanted to do was, good morning, Brazil! But he said no.
Okay, I can do that as well. You want me to do that?
No, man. Your language is great. It's all good. I'm Jason, as Luis has said, and I'm joined here by William.
Hi, it's William Ling from West Derby School, here with everyone else.
Well, that includes our man over there, Ronnie.
I'm Ronnie Quinn. I'm West Derby School, obviously.
Yeah,
I can tell.
Yeah, I can tell just by you
So
just
funny.
saying that. First of all, how was your experience so far doing work experience here at Big Condo Academy?
It's very good, honestly. Last work experience I had wasn't really as interesting or any. I couldn't really do anything. I worked at a pharmacy. So all I was doing was
hey,
just
stay away
brushing
from those
shelves.
pills.
Oh,
Every time you walk around, and what are you doing?
yeah, no, literally could not do anything. So all I was doing was just brushing shelves, literally sweeping up, taking off expired pills, throwing them away. It was boring. But this is just more of my area of what I want to do when I leave West Derby and stuff like that.
What about you, Lewis?
Well, I can't say much because I wasn't in year 10 when they did the work experience. I wasn't even in the country. But this one is quite great. I'm actually liking it. I thought it was going to be boring because, the name work experience is not that appealing.
Work experience and work. I don't know if I really want to do that.
But it's quite good. I'm really enjoying it, especially because I've got my mates with me as well. Makes it easier as well. Because I know some people that's got Joe Nichols with them. And Lucas.
But it's also like, it's not like that whole standard put your phone away and all that other kind of stuff. It's kind of like loose. I mean, we're involved in communication. How can you say put your phone away? What about you, William?
It's a lot better than my last one. For my last one, I was working in a nursery.
Oh,
no
God.
Were you like pulling out the books? Were you like reading? Or?
We were like cleaning tables after the kids, and God, the mess that kids make.
Well, come on, bro.
Did you teach them swear words as well?
Only a couple.
I was that bad. I used to work at like this place that does parties, and I had to clean up like the whole party room full of pizza. I had to give out pizza. Oh, it was horrible. I hated it. But thank God, don't go there anymore.
Well, I really just think that's bad to hear about those experiences because it's like usually, as I was saying to you guys earlier, it's like a lot of people are precious about their equipment and stuff. Like, don't touch, and everything else like that. But it's kind of like, well, if you want somebody to come in and work, it's that thing about just getting them to make coffee is really an insult. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if they're supposed to be learning what your business does, and they should have a little taste and experience of it. Isn't that why you're doing it? And everything like that. But then if you just say, hey, let me do all the grunt work, like cleaning up and moving things about, it's just kind of like ridiculous, You, I believe you said you have like your own Pinterest site?
Yeah, I've got me.
You gotta sell yourself, bro. You gotta drop your like handle or something like that, you know what I mean? But
got my own SharePoint website that we've done throughout the school. Ronnie's got his own for photography and for media. So do I. And
Did you have to teach yourself to set that up?
No. Mr. Black, since we started in year 10, he showed us how to use it all, what to do and all that.
Now listen, that's me. That's what teaching is all about. Yeah? I don't care if it seems simple when you call it media, but support is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even though, like, you know what you're doing now, wasn't very helpful for Mr. Black to be, like, set you off on your journey to it, right?
Yeah.
And everything. So that's really cool. So well done on Mr. Black's side. So, like...
we aren't doing, like, the video side, like, video editing sort of side of it, which is...
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I chose the course, because did Photoshop for year 10 and 11, so I can do the I'd say I could do to quite a decent level the photo side of that. Now I want to learn how to do the video side of that, so for once too, I could start like, I don't know, like YouTube channels or something like that. So I could do something along those lines, but not had the chance to, so we haven't been taught it yet.
Yeah. I mean, so before we move on, there's like, is it because you have an interest in doing this down the line, like for a career?
Yeah, I'm not 1,000,000% sure. I'm guessing these two
No,
want
but
to
I
know
mean, like,
what they want to do.
nobody really understands what they want to do when they start out, but is that why you went with that intention? Like, maybe I'm creative and I want to, like, do something visually, something like that, yeah?
Yeah, I've always thought that I don't really want to do something that just bores the life out of me, really. I want to do something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I mainly so last year and year 11 and all that, all I did was drama, digital media, and computer science. Yeah. And I hated computer science. I regretted it so bad, and I failed it. I passed drama, thankfully, but that
Were
was
you
just
doing acting and?
Yeah, it was just all like acting, like just like little plays and that.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I passed digital media, which it was the only one I was really happy about, really. And then going into this year, I chose photography, digital media, and product design. Just more stuff that like suited what I felt like I wanted to do. Yeah.
And you weren't able to explore that, or you only explored it a little bit?
It's just me personally, these two staying in the sixth form. I plan to leave some point going into September. I'm going to Liverpool City to do.
And so is it because you think they have a different sixth form, or different more choices?
Not even that. It's just I just don't like what I'm doing in my sixth form.
Everything's a personal thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just decided, because I was looking at the courses I could do, and it was either I could just go all into photography into Liverpool City, or I could keep doing digital media in Hubert, and I really did not want to go to Hubert. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to go to Liverpool City.
Yeah. So what about you? So is it that you haven't you started later than them, or you don't have the interest in media, or what?
Oh no, I did pick media for one of my courses for sixth form, but I dropped it because I'm doing English, science, and IT. English is mainly to improve my English, really, and the other
Which
two.
Is very good, by the way.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate that. But the other two, I chose because I wasn't really sure of what to do. Nowadays, I somewhat regret my choices. I think I should have picked English, politics, and history because it's a good combination. But at the time, I didn't really know what to do, so I kind of just picked whatever was available to me.
Yeah.
But it's going quite good so far. I can't really complain about anything. I feel like my English is going quite well. I hope I can get a B for at the end of the exams and all for my English. I've already got a merit for one of the exams in science and ICT. I just hope I can get a pass because I haven't really revised that much for it because of the other subjects and all.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be fine. I'll be fine with ICT.
Well, I mean, like that's kind of like an interesting angle. I always like talking with young people or having them given a chance to express themselves about like what's going on because their perspective is always, I think, of value. And a lot of times you don't really get to do your perspective because like you really kind of like talk that, do this, read that, develop that, and then I don't really care about what you got to say or what you think. I mean, but I really like hearing about that. So just moving topics, what I was really, really curious about is William here. You were talking at least about this earlier, like on your phone. You had a whole list of films that was recommended to you, which was a huge list. But I was so thrilled, actually, to see this list because it involves films that go way back into my time zone and everything else like that. You know what I mean? Can you tell me why you were interested in this, or who sparked the idea to create this film list for you?
Well, I always wants to just watch many films. I think a lot of people will always say like they're sort of missing out on some films.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of films that I feel like everyone should experience for multiple different reasons. And I feel like that's like the main reason why I made the list, because like, it's like I get told by like a new film by like me brother or like my dad
Or me.
or him,
Yeah.
or Ronnie.
Well, wait a minute, Ronnie. I was asking you about some of those films, and you're like, my dad watches it. My dad watches it. But me, when he puts it on, I don't watch it at all.
Nah, it's just, it depends what movie it is. Cause
Well, you would say your dad was a big fan of the gangster stuff, like the
yeah,
Goodfellas
like
and
The Sopranos and all
Godfather.
that,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. But then you said you didn't watch it.
Yeah, I've been watching The Sopranos, but that's only because it's like I watched the first episode. I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
this
of
is
course,
really
man,
good.
it's awesome.
But the thing is, with movies and that, like you gotta watch it all the way through. With a show, you can, like, you kinda not, you don't get to the end like instantly. You know
Well,
what
see,
I mean?
this is what I think is interesting about this, because you guys being young, we're definitely in this TikTok generation, aren't we?
Yeah.
So everything is so fast and cookie cutter, and people swipe so quickly that they can't seem to sit still for an hour
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch a good film. I mean, do you think this is good? What do you think, Max?
You know, I really like those 3 hours long movies. I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
rare. I mean, I love it. No, I mean, I love it, but like, what do you think about the TikTokers, though? You know, you've seen it.
I mean, I use it myself. I'm not saying like that I don't use it, but I still like watch films and all. But nowadays I'm really trying to focus on reading more books, cause
Oh my God, books? You want to read a book?
yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
man, I grew up when there were libraries, yeah, and you know where you used to leave school and you go home, and latchkey kids, parents gotta work and stuff like that, so you gotta sit in the library for a couple of hours before you can go for tea. But now there are no libraries anywhere. Tell me, where is that library? Is there a library near you?
I know there's one in town, but I've never
What?
been there. I've
Actually?
never been there.
No, are you?
this-
Wait a minute. What library is in town?
I don't know.
No.
And-
That you mean the big building they call a librry?
Oh, I think
Oh, the
so.
Central Library.
I think so. I've
That's
never been
right.
there.
You're right. The Central Library is in town.
Some
I'm
people still go
sorry.
there.
He's right. But I meant the little local ones. But you're right. The
No.
Central Library.
Yeah, but I want to read books, because
Wow.
one of the courseworks for English is that you have to analyze a fictional book and then a real piece of anything. It can be like lyrics, films that is like based on real things,
Yeah.
speech, whatever. You
Yeah.
can choose, you can pick. And my teacher was going on about those books that she has herself. And I just felt that what William said, which is the fear of missing out, because there was so many good books, and I thought like, I'm missing out on all of them. Because she was
Yeah.
going on about one that I'm reading right now, and it's really, really good, which is called Enduring Love, and it's about his stalking and all. I'm not gonna give spoilers because it's a really heavy book.
Yeah.
If someone dies in the first chapter, that's how heavy it is. I mean, I'm not telling who. but
No. Stop it.
it's really good. But then she also spoke about a book, if I don't forget, it's called 1984, and it's a dystopian.
Oh, the George Orwell book.
Which
The George Orwell book.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, it's on Audible now, and they got commercials
Yeah,
on
but like,
TV, by the
yeah.
way. Yeah, it's a famous one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So like it's about a dystopian government,
Yeah.
and it really caught my attention because
Wow.
it's heavy. You know what I mean?
No,
There's other
no.
books as well.
See, that's the whole thing. It's like books and words and stuff like that. They last the test of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a shame when young people aren't really interested or seem disinterested from that. But it's good talking to you guys who have that, because I think reason what sparked me to hear about your conversation, because you were interested in William's list, wasn't you?
Yeah, no, because I also want to watch a few of the movies that he's going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because I know there was one, obviously, City of God, where Brazil, where you're from.
Yeah,
and stuff
City
like
of
that.
God. What a
Was
movie,
there
by
any
the way.
other ones that was on his list that you were interested in?
Was that, I think it was a Project X.
Oh, yeah,
Project
I
X.
hate
Because
that
my
one.
mate
The monkey. You actually didn't say what is your favorite on there before we go on that list. That you want to see. Like,
Oh,
not
that's
that you've
hard.
seen already, but
That's
that
hard.
you're curious about. What?
I'm
It's hard.
curious
It's hard
about.
to think of like a favorite movie, especially.
Well,
for
no.
anyone.
Well, like the one that because you got a long list, true. But which one that you like most curious about?
Like most anticipated for.
Huh?
Like most anticipated for. Like to
Yeah.
watch.
Star Wars.
I've already watched them. It'd have to be Godfather 2. I've watched the first one.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I'm just yet to
And
get round to the second one.
Continuing the journey.
Yeah.
and it is good. Godfather 2 is considered better than 1.
It's considered to be like one of the greatest movies of all time. So
Yeah. Was there one that you had? I know you said it's hard.
Well,
but
right now, I've been really getting into a lot of stuff with Godzilla in it.
I know
that's
there's so
interesting.
many of them. But
know.
you know what? I gotta say, I didn't watch any of those really like Godzilla Resurgence movies, but I did watch -1, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
-1 is awesome.
I love
will
that one.
say that it's a return to form
Yeah.
for Godzilla. But I mean, Japan, man, they just will not stop making a Godzilla movie. You know what I mean? To the point where I refuse.
Yeah, have
Refuse.
you ever seen Shin Godzilla?
No, because it's one of those like when Godzilla Resurgence and Shin
Yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah.
I mean, there was like a trilogy that came out a couple of years ago of Godzilla films.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say. Is like, because I was big on King Kong, the original King
Yeah,
Kong
yeah.
versus Godzilla and Godzilla versus Megalon. I was big on that. I grew up on that. That's my era. You know what I mean? But then I hated that whole Godzilla not 1980, but the one with Aaron Taylor Johnson and where Godzilla's like a giant salamander. And
Yeah,
the recent ones.
yeah.
And then King of the Monsters, I hated all that.
Yeah, I don't really like the updated look.
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
what I mean,
So
yeah.
I like the more like Godzilla -1 style.
Exactly.
Like,
-1 goes back to
and then the
form.
music, the dun 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 dun. Oh, that hit hard.
Yeah. We're not going to get the man on top. All right. All right, well, listen, this was a really cool conversation. I mean, Melanie on the desk is like really like flashing me and stuff like that, But I got to just say, I was really interested in the fact that young people, you restored my faith in young people, not just being interested in films, books. That doesn't make you a nerd, man. That just makes you like.
Have you
I
seen
said
this
it doesn't
guy's-
make you a
Doesn't.
nerd.
Said
Have
it
you seen this
doesn't.
guy's room?
Why? Your room is full of books?
Well, I've
Space
got a
and
whole
books.
I've got a whole bookshelf. I've got
Really?
Book.
I'm a little bit of a funny man, so
You're not a book burner from Fahrenheit
Manga.
4.
No, I just buy a lot of random stuff basically
Do ya?
that I just
Yeah.
don't
Like
need.
you mean you go to like Oxfam or something like that? And you pick
So
up a book?
there's this game creator in
Right.
called Hideo Kojima,
All right.
and he's made like all these like really old games, like Metal Gear Solid. If you ever, if
Oh
you've
yeah,
ever
yeah,
heard
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And I've just got a little cardboard cut out of him, just standing there. Dog. I
That's
just
okay.
get
My
I
kid
just get a lot
got
of
a
random
big
stuff.
6 foot cut out of Matt Smith, so I understand.
I've got a cut out of Hasbulla in my room. Hasbulla.
Like, it's just funny little things. I don't know why. I just like buying like just stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Well, no, listen, man. I mean, but that's the whole thing. I mean, let's bring back those guys who, because I mean, this is where the creativity of the world is. But I would like to thank you guys for joining me here. You know what I mean? West Derby represent. Once again and everything. And I'm Chase Johnston-Lynch. You've been watching the Liverpool Community Podcast, and you know what? We out of here.